What's going on, guys? We back. It's June 12th, 2020, 7:41 p.m. Central Time. We're going here to talk about a little bit of UFC Fight Night, I versus Calvillo. I brought a couple of my friends. You notice some of them. You really know one of them. We'll get to him in a second. First off, let's start with Mr. Fat Fist over there. Hey, welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing over there?
You know, same old shit, sticking and moving, hooking and jabbing.
Ducking and dodging.
Yeah, dodging punches, trying to. They're ready to catch some bets, though, this weekend, that's for sure.
Nice. How's Papa Boston? He doing good?
Yeah, you know him. He's going to taught me the whole hooking and jabbing, sticking and moving. So, 52 years old, still doing it.
Tell him let's keep it down for about an hour. Mr. Joey Work, the man, the myth, the legend. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show.
Excited to be here with our special guest here.
The man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hey, we'll get to him in a second. I got a little intro for him. Then we got new panel member. Probably going to see him a lot more. Got a nice bald head like your boy Matty Money. Welcome to the stream, brother. We slick aerodynamic in this beast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's up, boys? I'm ready for another night of fights.
There we go. Let's go. Oh, and you see in the bottom left, we got the number 4 ranked light heavyweight in the motherfucking world. Mr. Corey, you see it on his hat. OT, it stands for overtime. Anderson! What's up, brother?
People, what's going on? Thanks for having me on the show tonight, fellas.
Oh, for sure, man. Thanks for dropping in. I know you're a busy man. Appreciate you taking the time out to rock with us tonight, man.
No doubt. One of my boys hit me up and needs some or wants some. I'm there for him no matter what. So
there he is. Hey, and y'all know who the dude is.
What a guy.
Right there.
The man, the myth, the legend. That's what we call him around these parts. All right, so y'all see the panel. We got the chats popping over here. I'll be rocking with y'all throughout the stream, bringing it up. If y'all can come up with some good questions, just something positive. Y'all shoot something positive towards us. Bring you up on screen. Might shout you out. Pop your question out. We're gonna try to rock with y'all as well. Let's see here. Last thing. Boom. I said boom, but I said boom right there. Odds HQ. That's what this stream is powered by. Powered by Odds HQ, odds.com. Go to YouTube. You're going to type in Odds HQ. There's going to put a little space in between. You don't need to rock with that space. You need to delete that space out. No space in between. Odds HQ. Smash that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. You never know what kind of content's coming. So you want that bell to go ding ding so you never miss a broadcast. Odds HQ. Also, let's smash that like button. Let's blow that like button up. So, all right, guys, let's get into this main card. So we're going to start with, what's the main card start with, guys? Shoot it at me. What is it?
You want to just start with I versus Calvillo?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll rock it from the way down because Tapology is, I don't know if it's in the right order or not. But, yeah, no, we'll rock Miss Jessica I versus Cynthia Calvillo. Hey, Mr. Work, can you drop me some stats, please, sir?
Yep. So Jessica is 15-9 overall, 33 years old, 5'6" with a 66-inch reach. She is 5-6 in the UFC, 4-1 in the last 5. 4 of her last 5 wins are all by decision. She had a rough start at 1-5 in the UFC. Since then, she's 4-1, so she's been fighting well. Her 15 wins, 3 by knockout, 1 by submission, and 11 by decision. Now we got Cynthia, who is 8-1-1 overall, 32 years old, 5'4", 64-inch reach. So Jessica has a 2-inch height advantage, 2-inch reach advantage. Cynthia's 5-1-1 in the UFC. Her only loss is to Carla Esparza. She's 4-1 last 5, not including a grappling match, and 3 of her last 5 wins are by rear naked choke. Her 8 wins, 2 by KO, 3 by submission, and 3 by decision. I know Jessica. I'm pretty sure she missed weight today, and she looked very unstable.
Yeah.
I know she said
quarter pound. It's weird, you know what I mean? But she
did make a statement saying that she was having trouble standing up, which was I don't know if that was for show or on purpose or whatnot. But here, my lean is Cynthia. I haven't made an official play, and I'm probably going to wait to make a play on this one yet.
Yeah. Myself, and I'll just jump in there real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, rock it, brother.
It was Cynthia before the weigh-ins. I wanted to see the weigh-ins to see exactly the size up and how much bigger I was. She wasn't much bigger at all. You know what I mean? And after that bad weight cut, I mean, they actually asked her to get back on the scale for pictures, and she just looked at them and said, no. You know what I mean? Just no, ain't doing it. So this is a 5-round fight. I actually like the under 4.5. I bet the no distance, but I like the under 4.5 as well. And it's a very strong lean to Cynthia. With the smaller cage, I think she's going to be able to get on the fence, and be able to take her down. Ai's going to, she's a striker. She's going to need to move around. And we've seen with this small cage, it's just not working for strikers right now. So it's Cynthia Calvillo for me.
Wham, bam. What you think about it, Matty Money?
You're on mute, Matt.
Matty, you on mute, my brother?
You're on mute.
Sorry. I actually don't have a play on this one. If I did have to lean, I would lean Jessica just slightly, only because I think she brings the veteran status here. I think she's been in the ring with a lot of people, with a lot of big names, even though she's got some losses to them. I feel like she's seen a lot. She's done it all, and I would lean her slightly.
Okay.
All right. Nice.
Weight cut doesn't scare you at all, Matty? That weight cut?
No, I mean, weight's weight's a thing, it's part of the game,
All right.
No, I'm going with Cynthia. I definitely, her style. She's a pressure fighter. She's always moving. She's always going. I thought she was going to take it to Jessica. Like, it's not a bad matchup, but just the way Cynthia moves and the pressure, she's always going and always throwing punches and kicks, always there to fight. And then, like you said, with the bad weight cut, and it's a 5-round fight, I feel like Cynthia can do that all 5 rounds. And with that bad weight cut, especially if she don't rehydrate up the right way, it's gonna pay taxes on her body. About second, third round, you'll see the difference. And her strikes will get slow and sloppy, and Cynthia just be all over the place. And I think she's gonna come away with it.
So you think that small cage is going to come into a factor with Cynthia being the grappler?
Yeah, all her little movements and all whatnot. Just going to overstrike one time. And I think Cynthia can get underneath her, get her to the ground. I mean, they say Jessica's a black belt too. I really haven't seen her grappling that well or that much. So I don't know how well of a grappler she is. But I've seen Cynthia. I've seen her go to the ground quite a few fights, and I see her put girls away with rear naked chokes and just control on the ground. So if she doesn't get the finish, I think she can outwork her and definitely score some 10-8 rounds and get the decision.
Very nice, sir. Very nice. Yo, work.
I love that breakdown.
that was amazing, my brother. Hey, that was
matches my breakdown. So I'm very confident now, Corey. Thank you. All right.
Very nice. Yo, work, Nick. Hey, y'all got any prop bets on there? I mean, what y'all thinking? Y'all got anything on the books on this? Or
yeah, I like
no money
real quick, and I just bring it up again. No distance, especially he just brought up again. He thinks that I start, because of the weight cut, is going to start to get labor there in the third and fourth. I believe she might get her out in either the fourth, worst case scenario, the fifth. But I do think she eventually maybe slaps on some sort of sub, maybe like a side choke or something like that. Gets her back. You know what I mean? I'm liking Cynthia more and more as this goes on.
Very nice. What about you, Work?
Yeah, I mean, Corey helped me make my decision there, I think. I was leaning that way, but, it's always good to hear from a fighter.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to go against somebody that they're like, no, I'm telling you, second round that she's going to start feeling. It's like, all right, hey, you've been there, brother. You've been there.
Yeah, the weight cut. You've been through the weight cut, so you know exactly what it feels like to get into those latter rounds if you haven't had a bad weight cut.
She looked rough.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. And like I said, she was only 0.25, and that's what makes me think she was really
trying.
Completed. 0.25 is nothing. That's a couple of steps in the cut. And the fact that she couldn't get that off, she
could have shaved her head, Corey, right, and made weight, right?
Yeah, she could have cut some of her hair off or anything.
Yeah,
like my wife said, it's like it's either your body like completely just shut down and quit, or you just soft and you quit. So either way, it weighs into the fight. If you're that soft that you can't fight through that 0.25 in a fight when you get into a tough situation, you're not going to be able to fight through that. And if your body's shut down to get that last 0.25 off, when somebody's on you, your body's going to shut down again to push. So either way, it's going to weigh negative in the come time to fight.
Yep. Either way, yeah, you're right.
Sir. All right. Hey, Mr. Anderson, we'll let you start with this one first. Next up, we got Mr. Carl Roberson versus Marvin Vettori. Pretty sure know what you're thinking about this, but can you let us know why we should be on Mr. Roberson?
I mean, Roberson is just, if you've seen his fights in the regional circuit, he got mean hands. He's got heavy hands, fast kicks. He can move. I mean, his movement, his head movement, he's like an elusive MMA fighter. Like, you think you have him dead right with a jab cross or something, he'll slip, dip, and come up with a head kick, or slip, dip, come up with a cross, or slip, dip, come with a takedown. He can pretty much do it all now. I know when he got into the UFC and he was getting taken down, or his losses were takedowns and submissions, he hasn't been beat in a striking fight. It's all been on the ground. But he's been working on that. He's been working with me and Dante Rivera. He come over to Nicky Tones. He worked with Rex Harris, David Branch, and that's several people in that circle that were multiple time black belts, like with the stripes. And he was doing fine, defending takedowns and taking those guys down. So, I mean, I don't see Marvin going to the ground with him. Marvin's just going to try to bang. And what Marvin does good, Carl does better. And he's faster. He's stronger. And he missed weight as well, but it was a little different to the point where he didn't get to that point where
he didn't deplete himself, right? He didn't deplete himself.
Yeah, the last fight when he went there, he went to make weight, and he about killed himself, passed out and everything. I remember him calling me, telling me he was in the hospital. And this time he felt the same things was going to happen. He still had like 6 pounds to go, I guess. Whatever the weight was, he weighed in, and he felt the same thing coming on to his body again. So he called the UFC and let him know, I'd rather keep the fight on than end up in the hospital again. And they agreed. So he didn't get to that point where he's going to be depleted or drained. They both going to be heavier than usual, which will help both guys because you're not depleted at all. You didn't have to cut all the way down to the weight. But, you still get to train or fight like you train. And like I said, I know how Carl trains. He actually trains like he's fighting. He doesn't realize it's practice half the time. He put many people down, knock many people out, black many people's eyes, cut them open with kicks and punches. So when he put 4-ounce gloves and he actually has bad intentions with a guy who's been talking trash now, Carl was one he don't forget. He don't forgive and he don't forget. He remembers. And you're going to see it tomorrow.
Okay.
Very nice. Yeah, hey, and you get that dog money. You get that dog money. Hey, Nikki, what you think about this fight after that breakdown?
So originally, I'm transparent. I was on Vettori, but now that just because of the takedown defense, the 53% that I was looking at, but again, a lot of that was a Glover at 205. Now I start to think about it, right, at a heavier weight class when he was at when he fought Glover,
and it was real short notice.
Yeah, and he's been working out with you in the gym, and nobody needs to explain that. You're a beast on the mat. And that being said, I mean, I think a little bit of this emotion with Vettori taking it so serious and personal, that whole crap he did in the friggin', the hotel and all that crap, and him not, and then also Roberson not depleting himself like I did. You know what I mean? If she didn't know she was going to make weight, she should have done exactly what Roberson did and stopped cutting right then and there, called UFC, cut that deal right then and there. Did they wait? Did they have a mutual way? Did Vettori not have to cut to a certain weight, Corey? Or
I'm not sure. I didn't hear all. I didn't get all the information. I talked to his coach, and he told me. I thought he made weight, to be honest. His coach was like, "No, we got to that point where his body was starting to feel funny, and he didn't want to risk it, so he called the UFC to make sure it was okay." So I don't know if they called Vettori, and Vettori was like, "All right, I'll stop cutting weight too." I'm not sure exactly what happened. I know my wife asked me, like, "Is it a catch weight?" So it might be. I haven't did any research. I haven't really looked at it. Haven't been on a UFC site or anything. I've just been going by from what people calling me, Carl and his coach been talking.
You know what? I'm going Roberson by knockout.
Hey, where's that prop bet, sir?
Plus odds.
Hey, what you getting? Tell me, spit me a nice little something, like a nice little
plus
conversation lasagna, nice little stat, something warm. You know what I'm saying? Give me something. What we gonna win when we put some money on that?
725 plus 725. You put $100 bill on that. Your return on it is $725. I mean,
What you know about that, son? What you know about that,
Is that
son?
a knockout in any round or knockout in a certain
Any round.
Any round.
Any round.
I don't even bet, but I'm gonna have to give me a betting site up for that.
Ooh, you heard that? Hey, say that again, Mr. Anderson. What's that?
I
You gonna
don't
have
even bet, but I'm gonna give me a betting site up for that one. That's definitely a couple hundred, maybe even a stack on. I'm pretty cool.
There we go.
bring
That's
about
that's $7,250 right there.
You know
You know what I mean?
Christmas.
Oh.
Hey,
Listen, I got talked
overtime
out
trying
of
to catch
last
the
week,
ticket, son.
right? Talked out of
Yep.
Sansell by Frankie last week, and now it makes more sense. You know what I mean? Vittori's just, what my main thing was, I needed to know if his takedown defense was going to be up to par, and I know for a fact if he's training with you like you said you are, that you guys are, there's no way that it's going to be the same Roberson that we saw last time on the ground with a 205er. You know what I mean? I mean, excuse me, yeah, 205er. Glover Teixeira on short notice. So, yeah, you know what? I think this Vettori hype train, not to mention last time around, Vettori was a minus 150.
Nick, what is that over your right shoulder? Hey, look. Matty Money, what you think about this fight, bro?
I am on the
Prick.
fight not to go the distance at plus 150. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm counting the money already on that.
Woo, cash
There we
them
go.
tickets, son.
No shot this fight's going the distance. No shot. These guys are not leaving it to the judges.
Matty, what was those odds again? No distance?
Plus 150.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm going to sprinkle some on that too, just in
Yes,
case.
sir.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I like-
because Vittori's last 3 fights went to decision. That's probably why a little bit,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But
You're right.
I
It's
mean,
going to get emotional. It's going to get emotional. In there.
on me. I mean, last time around when we had the same discussion about the same matchup, I was waiting because I knew the public's going to bang Vittori, waiting until the line got higher and higher so I make more money on Carl. I'm going to wait the same way. All the casuals are all betting Vittori. He's minus 240 in places. You could get Carl at plus almost 200.
Yeah.
Plus
190.
almost 200 at places. That's ridiculous. That line should not even be. It should be almost closer to a pick 'em than this line, anything like it. Obviously these two guys don't have good blood and they don't like each other, so this is going to be an awesome fight. But it's Carl to pass for me.
There you go, Carl Pass. Hey, Nikki 3 ounce. Check the private chat, my brother. Next up, let's see who we got rolling up next, fellas. So now in the third spot, they got the Charles Rosa versus Mr. Kevin Aguilar. Hey, Mr. Joey, you want to drop some stats on this for me?
Yep, I know the UFC switched around the lineup here because I know Ray Borg, this was supposed to be the Ray Borg fight, but they moved that to the undercard, whatnot. So we're on Rosas versus Aguilar. So Rosas is 33 years old, 5'9", 69-inch reach. He's 12-4 overall, 3-4 in the UFC, 2-3 in his last 5. His loss in the UFC was to Bryce Mitchell a month ago, Shane Burgos, Yair Rodriguez, and in 2014 lost to Dennis Silva. So he has a pretty impressive fight resume here. 12 wins, 3 by KO, 8 by sub, and 1 by decision. Now, Kevin Aguilar is 17-3 overall. He's 31 years old, 5'7", and has a 73-inch reach. He's 3-2 in his last 5 and in the UFC, including his Contender Series fights and Ultimate Fighter. 4 of his last 5 went to decision. His 17 wins, 8 by KO, 3 by submission, and 6 by decision. I did see these two weigh in, and Charles is definitely bigger than him. He's got 2 inches, but it looks like more than that. The line here for Charles Rosas is about plus 160 you can get in places. So here again, it's dog or pass for me. Charles Rosas or pass for me.
Oh, he said dog or pass on this one. Matty Money, what you thinking, my brother?
Yes, sir. Dog or pass. Rosa or pass.
Oh, Nikki 4 ounce is going to love that.
Yes, I am. My original lean was, and it was like, because I know Rosa personally for 5 or 6 years now, and it was original lean, like just decision, Aguilar. That was before the weigh-ins, though, and then I watched the weigh-ins, and as we both were talking about backstage, Rosa was the bigger dude. You know what I mean? He was the bigger fighter, point blank, end of story. And for a fact that he's got a freaking fire lit under his ass from his last fight, getting dominated on the mat the way he did. But let me tell you something. Like I said before, 99.9 or 100% of that division, if they were putting those situations on the mat with Bryce, they would have tapped. Okay? End of story. I do think right now at plus 170 we can get Rose at. Is that the truth, really? Plus 170? Yeah, plus 170 over at, 5 dimes. I mean, that's just value all day long against a Kevin Aguilar. I'm jumping over here. Another pick I'm changing, and I'm betting Charles Rosa here as a dog, a half a unit, though.
Okay. Mr. Corey Anderson, you got any opinion on this one?
I'm saying, looking at it now, I forgot they switched the card up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Charles Rosa. You know, he's been around for a little bit of time. The Kevin Aguilar guy I don't know too much about. I know Rosa is pretty good on the ground, even though I think it was his last fight, a fight before he got manhandled pretty good. But the guy he went against, I think it was Brett John, or the Camo kid, the kid country dude from Arkansas.
Yeah,
That
Bryce
kid's
Mitchell.
pretty good on the ground. So, but other than that, I've seen a couple of Charles fights live, and he's definitely a banger. He can throw hands. He's not afraid to get in there and throw hands. And I know he's pretty good on the ground. Like I said, I don't really know this Kevin Aguilar guy too much. I don't know if I've seen any of his fights, to be honest. So,
Yeah, he's a real flat-footed guy. He likes to throw a lot of leg kicks. Yeah, he doesn't have a whole bunch of movement, not a whole bunch of head movement. Stands real flat-footed. You know, likes to throw like 1-2 shots, but a lot of power. You know, he's no finesse at all. A lot of power. So
Rosa's tough. So I mean, that's all I know. I mean, you saw the Yair Rodriguez fight. I'm sure you saw that, Corey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, if you saying that if he's flat-footed like you say, and Rosa can get him down, you know, if he uses head movement, his punches just to get in for a takedown and make a scramble to get to a jiu-jitsu situation, he can put it away there if Kevin Aguilar doesn't have good jiu-jitsu. Like I said, you could be beating Charles up for a while, but I don't think I've seen it. I'm sure he might have been finished, but I don't think I've seen any fights where he was finished. I always see him fighting to the end. So, you know, you can get a submission at any point or just out decision. You just keep working.
Yeah, there's just one fight. I think it was Shane Burgos finished him late in the third round, and against the fence with punches. He didn't even drop. That's how tough he is. You know what I mean? He didn't even drop. That's the only time he's finished.
Iggy, so how's some prop bets looking on this?
I
how
like
are you thinking about betting this?
I think it goes over as well, but I believe last time I looked earlier in the day it was like minus 200 for the over 2.5 rounds. Let me check it out real quick. It's minus 197. It dropped 3 cents. It's parlayable actually. The over 2.5 in a parlay. I don't see either one of these guys get. I mean, maybe Rosa submits them. I don't see any of these guys knocking each other out.
All right, what about you, Mr. Work?
Yeah, I agree. Dog or pass only for me. Yeah, it's probably be a submission by Rosa if he gets him to the ground, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna take the money line.
I'll take Rosa straight and do not be here.
Yep.
Don't
I
be
agree.
here.
Just roll it straight up. What about you, Maddie?
That's it. It's going to be dog or pass. I will back Rose on this. So I'll probably be betting the unit on him here.
Rosa. Panel all on Rosa. Look at that. A lot of pressure. Hey, especially from you, Nikki, over there.
Listen, after I seen he was a 155-pound CES champ for a while. He rendered that belt to fight Dennis Seaver on 12 days' notice and cut literally 27 or 28 pounds, one of the two. But that's just ridiculous. And he went the distance with a Dennis Seaver in 2014. At that point, he was a top 5 or at least top 5, top 10. I know for a fact he was top 10. So he has fought at 155 for a good portion of his life. So it's not it's not strange to him. So and he looked bigger than Aguilar. I mean, Aguilar was a little bit wider, but when it came to the height and whatnot, and Charles Rosa looked filled out. He just came off a nice camp. And he didn't take any damage in that fight whatsoever. I don't think Bryce hit him with more than 2 or 3 strikes. I mean, literally.
He held his own. He held his own in that fight on the ground.
So, and he, and like I said before, anybody would have tap. They would have tapped 3 or 4 times in that fight. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm going Rosa. Let's do this.
Oh, my boy Nick. Hey, this is where he normally shotguns a beer, but we're not going to do that on this episode tonight.
I'm drinking water tonight.
Oh, water, H2O over there, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, we got overtime on here. My man said, I got to get in shape. I got to get that H2O in me.
You think
Hey, overtime, don't let this
water out of a solo cup? What are
He's
you,
normally taking him to the dome right now, bro.
If I had a beer, I'd take one with you. I ain't got no fight going on.
Oh, shit, hey.
Wait, does that mean you have a fight coming up, you said?
I said I don't have a fight.
Oh, grab a beer.
Well, I don't have any.
Damn. All
Got
right.
liquor.
There you go. That counts.
All right, next up, guys, we got Mr. Andre Feely versus Charles Jourdain. Mr. Work, draw some stats, please.
Yep. Andre Feely is 20-7 overall. He's 29 years old, 5'11", 74-inch reach. He's 8-6 in the UFC, 3-2 his last 5. 7 of his last 8 fights went to decision. His 20 wins, 9 by knockout, 3 by submission, and 8 by decision. And Charles Jourdain is 10-2 overall. He's 24 years old, 5'9" reach, 5'9" and 69-inch reach. He's 1-1 in the UFC, 4-1 last 5. 2 of his last 12 pro fights went to decision. His 10 wins, 7 by knockout and 3 by submission. So none of his wins went decision. This is a tough one for me, going back and forth, but I think I lean to Feely here. I just don't think Jourdain has enough resume here to match everybody that Feely's fought and whatnot. The line is probably about minus 230-ish, so I haven't made a play here, and I probably won't. It'd probably just be a pass for me.
You're right. The line is wrong, too. It shouldn't be that high, but Feely should be a favorite. It's just minus 220. Come on now.
Yeah. So
What you thinking about it, Nick? Who you on?
I'm on Feely. I'm on Feely all day, especially with the small cage. He's going to implement that alpha male wrestling, in my opinion, get him in a cage, inside leg trip, take him to the ground. That's all she wrote. But Jourdain does have power. You know what I mean? He really does. He did beat Choi, Korean Superboy, whatever they call him. He's overhyped. That's end of story. You know what I mean?
And he was getting beat until he landed that shot. That nice little, what was it? A little 4-3, a little uppercut hook or something like that.
Yeah, left cross.
Yep. But I mean, I went back and watched it again, and watched the Cub fight and all that stuff. I really think that, I mean, this is Feely's fight to lose. You know, I mean, not Jourdain's to win, but Feely's fight to lose. So,
so you see up on the screen now. So are you taking Feely at just straight up the minus 220, or are you taking Feely by decision minus 140, or are you going Feely getting that finish plus 485? Where are you thinking on your prop bets, Nick?
What was decision?
Decision, Feely by decision is minus 140 right now.
Oh, wow. That's ridiculous.
Fight doesn't go to decision is plus 100. Feely wins inside the distance plus.
I might throw Feely in a parlay, if anything. I don't like any of those odds right there. What do you think, Joey, about those odds?
Yeah, Feely, 7 of his last 8 went to decision. So I think if Feely does win, we go to decision. So,
but at the same time, he's facing a guy that, you know what I mean, is susceptible to getting taken down and submit. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like he's a parlay piece or what Joey mentioned, but a small unit bet type thing, quarter unit, half. You know what I mean?
Nice, Matty money. What you thinking, my man?
I have a lean on Drew. I don't like Feely in this fight. I feel like Feely is a fighter that he wants to be in control. He wants to be throwing the shots. He wants it at his pace. He doesn't like when he gets pushed. He doesn't like fighting guys that don't back down. Look at his losses. You got Michael Johnson, Cater, Rodriguez. Those are guys that are going to come forward. They're going to put pressure on him. They're going to back him in the corner. They're going to throw shots just like he's throwing shots. And I feel like it looks for a fight for Feely to lose on this one.
Like I said, yeah, you're right. It's a fight for Feely to lose, but if he uses all of his tools, he's the better striker at range, but it's a smaller cage. And then he can put him against the fence, though, in the same aspect and uses wrestling. That's right.
The problem is that Feely kind of falls into that same kind of realm that No Love falls into, where he just loves to get emotional in there, and he loves to stand in the pocket and bang. You know, I'm just going to throw one, and you're going to throw one. I'm going to throw one. You're going to throw one, and he loves that.
Yeah, he does. He embraces it. Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot of those alpha male guys. That's what they have. You know, they all go back to that like emotional status for some reason. I don't know why.
They're alpha males.
Hey, so Matty money. So how you got Jourdain winning, man? You just got him straight up. You got him.
Tell you what, I was looking at this plus 275. Jourdain to finish by knockout or submission.
What was it, 475?
No, 275.
Oof. Yeah, that's the only way it gets it done, in my opinion, is inside the distance.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yep. Okay.
You locking it in or no?
Yeah. Hey, is it a lock, bro?
I think on this one, I would steer away from the 275, and I think I would not be greedy again, and I would lock Jourdain at plus 180.
Okay, fair enough.
Nice. Overtime. What you thinking on this?
I mean, I ain't gonna give you no betting choices or whatever, but I like Philly because he got the wrestling. And like you said, he comes from alpha male, and I know he like to get in your face. And yeah, he likes to get in and scrap sometimes, but I talked to him up. He came out here and trained in New York at Henzo Gracie's for a little bit.
Oh, wow.
It was last camp or this camp, and he was talking to me how he came up here to get challenged on the ground and want to get his jiu-jitsu and his ground game better and blah, blah, blah. And somebody's willing to travel outside the comfort zone all the way from the West Coast to the East Coast, and he knows the better jiu-jitsu and grappling exchange is going to take place here. That means he came here for a reason, and that reason probably being he want to get more confident in his wrestling so he can use that in the cage. So anybody with good wrestling, I'm always going to go with them if I don't know the two fighters that well. But I do know from him he's going to try to wrestle if he gets the opportunity. And I'm a wrestler, so I always got to stick with my wrestlers.
There we go.
There you
I
go.
seen a picture.
Man right there.
I seen a picture of Feely recently, and he looked actually pretty big.
Mm-hmm. I said, which one was it? Was it like this?
No, I don't remember which one it was, but it was a recent picture, and I'm like, damn, because normally he's a pretty skinny guy.
Yeah, for me, watching tape, kind of just what I gathered is with Jourdain throwing a lot of flashy stuff, a lot of jumping stuff, a lot of kicks. He spams kicks. If you watch Feely, he's good at timing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's good at, if you're spamming 2 leg kicks or 2 head kicks, he'll snatch the second one. Or if you throw double up on head kicks, because he gets real wild. He'll time for that second one, and before you can put your foot down, he's throwing a cross down the middle. He's just good at countering that stuff. And also what Corey said, he's got a good blast double, and he just powers through it. And Jourdain seems to not have the best takedown defense. A couple of what I saw is he will attack off his back, throwing up some stuff. And a lot of the times he seems just to roll over and just get up. You know what I'm saying? And Feely can snatch that neck, something like that. But I think this might be like the sleeper on the card. And, this is going to be a banger.
Yeah. Feely fights are always good.
Oh, yeah. He brings it every time. All right, next up, we got 2 more on the main card. Right here, we got Mr. Jordan Espinoza versus Mark De La Rosa. No disrespect, but maybe the second best De La Rosa in the UFC. What you think about it, Joey? Draw me some stats, please, sir.
Yep. So we got Jordan Espinoza, 14-7 overall. He's 30 years old, 5'6", 69-inch reach. He's 3-2 in the UFC, including his 2 Dana White Contender Series fights. He lost his last 2 in the first round by submission, so this is a big fight for him. It's 14 wins, 2 by KO, 7 by submission, and 5 by decision. Then we got Mark De La Rosa, who's 11-4 overall, 25 years old, 5'6", and a 65-inch reach. So Espinoza has a 4-inch reach advantage. They're both the same height. He's 2-4 in the UFC, 2-3 in his last 5. He's lost 3 in a row, so this is a big fight for him as well. His 11 wins, 1 by knockout, 6 by submission, 4 by decision. They both have a common opponent in Alex Perez. Mark went the distance, and Jordan lost in the first round via arm triangle. For me, this line, I keep going back and forth on this one as well. I was leaning De La Rosa to start. Now, after looking more into it, whatnot, and then seeing them on the scale, I'm leaning Espinoza. The line is probably get Espinoza at -160 here. Haven't made it official. I'm probably going to wait a little bit.
Case scenario, -160. Yeah.
I might wait a little bit, but I haven't made a pick on this one yet.
Huh. This one's tough. Okay. This might be
thinking.
4 ounce. I'm gonna take a 4-ounce glove.
Hey. Stay on track, brother. Stay on track. What you thinking about it, brother?
Listen, like I said a couple nights ago, Montana De La Rosa. Obviously, that's his wife. You don't want this. He's on a 2 or 3 fight losing streak right now. You don't want to get cut by the UFC when your wife is still with the company. It's not a good look. So I feel like he's fighting for his job right now. I like De La Rosa here at plus, what is it, 157, right? Plus 157 we can get him at?
Yep.
I like De La Rosa here. I mean, he's the better grappler. I mean, Espinoza gives up takedowns for days, doesn't he? So Yeah, I'm gonna take that dog money on De La Rosa. It's dog or pass for me. I can't take Espinoza for sure. But like 75% of the people right now on Tapology are betting Espinoza, so that's why the line's getting driven where it is.
I got nothing on this one, boys. This is all you.
He said, "Pass it along."
Yep. Pass it up.
He said, "Pass." He said, "Hey, this is a take a piss match. He ain't worried about it."
Yep.
Hey, Corey Anderson, what you think about this one, brother?
I'm gonna go with Espinoza just because I like what I saw on Contender. I seen both fights. I believe I was there cornered on one of them. I'm not sure, but I know I've seen them. And I just both of the guys, they aren't really big name guys yet. They're not really promising or contenders yet. But in a fight like that, you got both of them pretty much are underdog. You know, any other fight, they both would be the underdog.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I'm gonna go with Espinoza. Like I said, I like what I saw from him in the Contender, and the 2 wins he's gotten there. And the 2, I think he got, you say 2-4, 2 and some in the UFC. He got a couple wins in the UFC right now, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna check.
So Espinoza's 3-2, De La Rosa's 2-4.
Yeah, so he's got a few wins here. I'm gonna give it to him. And as for Nicky, you say he's fighting for his job. Is he fighting for his job in the UFC or his job in his house? Respect from his wife or Dana White, because
Boy,
I feel like the wife fight is kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? You come home and your wife won her last ones with the bonus. You got her 2 checks, and you
She
ain't paying her another check in like a year and a half or 2 years. Or who's supporting the house here? Who wear the pants?
yeah.
I brought a good point to the situation. That's what
When you said it, I thought about it. Like, oh,
Deep,
man,
deep.
he's throwing jabs or he's throwing facts. I didn't know.
Nicky elbows dropping facts.
Oh God.
We're bringing wives, grandparents into this. We're bringing everything.
Hey, narrative like a mother.
Listen, if your wife is successful in the UFC and you're not, there's got to be something in your head. I know for a fact if I was married to somebody that was in the UFC that's more successful than I am or having a better go at it, it's going to drive me up a wall and it's going to drive me to be in the gym every day trying to get better. So,
Okay, guys, so let's talk prop bets. I mean, so Nick, so which way you going on it prop bet wise again?
no prop bet there. I just bet them straight.
Oh,
These are
so
plus
De La Rosa at plus 157, huh?
Yeah, a small slow. It's got a little some shekels on it. A few.
Yeah. What about you, Work?
Maybe fight to go to distance, but the line's probably too heavy for me to touch.
Let me check that out for you real quick. Hold on, I'll take it right now because that might not be actually a bad look.
I see over 2.5 minus 200, so it's probably not that good.
Yeah, if I have to go decisions, minus 185.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not doing that.
That's weird. Okay,
It's too heavy for my blood.
gotcha. No parlay in it.
Nah,
Okay.
it's not worth it.
Roger that.
All right. Hey, the opener on the main card.
Questions in the chat we got?
What up?
Any questions in the chat we got?
Hey, we'll go ahead and knock this one out. And we'll see if we can find something.
Yep.
I know, Mr. Corey, he can't be staying all night with us talking fights. So let's get this wrapped up. We might throw a question or two and then let him get about his day. Next up now, hey boys, I'm gonna have to go to work on this one because you boys from Arkansas don't have the best pronunciation. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Work, how do you pronounce this young lady's name, my man?
Maria Agapova?
I think you just nailed it.
Maria Agapova?
Yep.
Did,
Nailed it.
did we just become best friends? Yep.
Where's my girl Hannah Cyphers? Maria is 8-1 overall, 23 years old, 5'6", 70-inch reach. This is her first UFC fight. She did fight in the Contender Series and lost last year, though. So she has 8 professional wins, 3 by knockout, 3 by submission, and 2 by decision. Then we got Hannah Cyphers, 10-5. She just fought Mackenzie Durham and was kind of nicking her up before getting taken to the ground and submitted. She's 27 years old, 5'1", 62-inch reach. So Maria has a 5-inch height advantage and 8-inch reach advantage. She's 2-3 in the last 5 in the UFC. She lost 2 in a row. Her 10 wins, 5 by KO and 5 by decision. I'm pretty sure this is the same number we got on Hannah Cyphers versus Mackenzie Dern, and I think Mackenzie Dern is better than this girl, Agapova. So For me, it's again dog or pass. Cypher's at plus, two. You could get her plus 285 in places, and she is, she's small. She's definitely smaller than this girl, whatnot. But she is a badass. She could take a punch, and if this girl wants to stand and bang with her, I'll take Hannah all day.
Whew. All right.
Ooh, Niggy, what you thinking about it, bro?
Well, we all know that Hannah Cyphers should be an atom weight. If UFC had that division, she should be honestly a 105 pounder. She 115 pounds she struggles at, and now she's fighting at 125. Agapova has an 8-inch reach advantage here, and Hannah Cyphers is not a takedown artist. The only game that Agapova lacks in a little bit is the takedown defense when she fought Tracy Cortez on the Contender Series. But where she's been training recently, I believe it's my favorite camp, American Top Team. I live right next to her, that's why. The coaches over there and the guys and girls.
Before you bust your ass, you better quit repping other teams over there.
I'm sure he knows a lot of people are American Top Team.
Crazy, boy. If I looked up so quickly, hold on, what? He can have it.
His eyes.
Stay out there with the virus and all that extra.
Man, you gotta give him that. No, listen, I live 4 minutes from it, literally 4 minutes from Coconut Creek. I'm in Boca. But that being said, the coaches and the wrestling they have over there and the whole whatnot, they're a full round camp. I mean, Cyphers is too small. We saw it in the weigh-ins. Look how small she was in comparison. So what is she going to do here? Is she going to box from range? She can't. You know what I mean? So I just don't see a path to victory for Hannah Cyphers. And last time I saw, I have written down minus 185. Has the line gone crazy up right now on Agapova? What's it at right now?
Agapova minus best you're finding is minus 250. Then everywhere else is minus 330. So that might be a stale line. It's probably minus 330-ish is the best you're getting.
I already got it at minus 185. Wow. That's crazy. That's a lot of money on Agapova. Holy crap. Yeah, it's Agapova or pass for me. I mean, you put her on a parlay, in my opinion, at that price still. But, yeah, I wouldn't take Cyphers at – maybe at what she's at now. But I think it's Agapova or pass in the parlay.
Nice. Matty Money, you got an opinion on this?
I do. I like Cyphers here. It's dog or pass for me. She actually looked really good in the Dern fight. I think she was winning the fight, and she got overconfident. Dern went to the ground. She stuck her hands and feet in places that it didn't need to be on the ground, and that's where she got caught. And you could tell that immediately when she got caught, she was like super upset, super disappointed in herself, and that's why she definitely just called the UFC first thing Monday morning, was like, give me a fight right now. And she's definitely coming in this fight fired up. So I have a slight lean on Cyphers here.
I don't blame you at those odds. Now the odds. I mean, it was plus 155 when I took the bet on Agapova, and she's in the high twos right now or low twos.
But it's actually weird when you break down the fight though, because I like her to win the fight, but at the end of the day, I don't really see. I'm kind of with you, Nick. I don't really see a path to victory, but I like her to win the fight just from. She's got to come into this fight a little confident, taking it so quick, and a good opponent. This isn't no easy opponent that she's just going to come in and blaze through, So, I can only think that she called the UFC first thing Monday morning, which is like, give me a name, give me a person. I don't care who it is, And
remember, she just got beaten from Hill. You know what I mean? She really did. Yeah. So it's another thing to take into consideration.
But she is small. She is super small. I mean, the only thing that's relaying in my mind is that she's kind of a little muscle girl, and I feel like she's going to kind of maybe be able to outwork this girl in kind of some grappling exchanges.
If she was a grappler, I'd be all over her like wet on rice, but she just doesn't grapple. She doesn't even look for takedowns. You know what I mean? Whatsoever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just hard to bet on somebody that the path to victory that she has is probably trying to take Agapova down like Tracy Cortez Contender Series, right?
Yeah.
But again, Agapova has been over at a top team, and I'm pretty sure if she's picking up anything that they're putting down, then she's got nothing to worry about in the takedown game. Not that Cyphers would try anyway.
Yeah.
Very nice. Overtime, you got an opinion on this, my man?
I was just looking on Instagram. I know nothing about either of these girls. Never heard of them, never seen them. So I'm going to have fun on this one. I'll leave that to you guys.
Roger
There
that.
you go, wham bam. Well, yo, hey, that was the main card. So, but before we go, if it's okay with overtime, you mind if I drop you a couple little minute questions? Hey, and if you ain't trying to answer, just tell me, hey, yo, Mo, shut your mouth. All right, just shut your fucking mouth. Hey, it ain't gonna be too bad. First question, and this just popped in my head. You know, we're all, you know, we're a couple diehards over here. We watch every single UFC. We watch the process. We don't really know what goes on, like with all this virus stuff. So are you kind of just waiting and chilling right now till it chills out? I mean, are you trying to get them old Q-tip stuff down your nose, get a check everywhere you go? Are you trying to fight during the virus right now? Or are you just trying to wait it out?
I'm just getting better every day. That's it. I get up every day. I train. I grind. I train 2 times a day, every day this whole lockdown. And if I get a call, we get a call. We'll see what the coaches think. The biggest thing for me was getting back with my team. You know, today was the first day I seen my jiu-jitsu coach. And since my fight, February 15th, I've seen my striking coach once since February 15th, and I've seen my all-around wrestling and other jiu-jitsu coach probably twice since then. So until I can get 100% in the gym with my team and get a game plan for anything, I won't be taking any fights. So it ain't nothing to do with me and the coronavirus. It's more the fact the gyms aren't open. I can't get in and get the proper work that I need. So it wouldn't be smart for me to take a fight and not be prepared.
I mean, because you're right there. I mean, you're right there knocking on the door for a championship title bout. So that's, hey, we all kind of hoping that we know this answer. But man, are you looking at John Jones as your next opponent? Because we all watch social media. You know, we know that you're just not the highest on Mr. Bones. But are you looking at Bones next?
I mean, I can't be looking at Bones next. I lost my last one, so I just gotta wait and see whoever they give me and just dominate. That's all I'm looking at. Whoever's across the cage from me, just go out there and manhandle, dominate, do whatever I got to do to just make them say, all right, he's back in there. He just proved he deserves that fight next. Because like you said, I'm right there. The only person above me that hasn't fought John that should be up next for the title was Jan, who I just lost to, but I beat him prior. So a win from against anybody, really, depending on the fashion I go out there and do it. If I go out there and do a Johnny Walker, it'd kind of be like, all right, no question, he's back in. If I go out there and beat him like I did Pat Cummins again, they could be like, all right, he just dominated. There's no question. I wasn't even close. This guy they didn't even hold water to him. He deserves a title fight. He just got caught. If I go out there and have a lackluster fight and win by the hair on my chin, which I can't relate to any fights because I don't have fights like that. I always want to dominate. If I win or if I lose, then it's back to the drawing board again. But we ain't worried about losing. We're just worried about getting better and going out there and handle somebody on the next one.
Nice, man. We're all big fans here, bro. Like, we know you got all the skills to get to the top. You're one away. We know you can go out, smash whoever is they put in front of you. We're gonna see you in the cage. Man, I hope it's you that takes that unbeaten O from Bones. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, appreciate you dropping on, man. You're the man to take the time to come on, drop us some knowledge, shoot the breeze with us. You're welcome on anytime, my man. Is there anything you want to plug before we let you go?
Well, I see Nick got a question, so I'll let him ask the question.
It's more of like a statement. I think you are the biggest threat to John Jones when it comes to matchups, 1,000%. Because you know what I mean.
I've heard it from a lot of people. People that came from his gym, people that visit his gym, people that seen him train, coaches that have trained him, and they've all said it. Like, it's you like probably one of the most well-rounded guys at 205, which is a problem for John Jones. A lot of people say when I should have fought him one a few times, it's all like, why would John Jones be scared to fight you? He beat this, he beat that. I don't want him to be scared of me. I hope he's not scared of me as a man because he shouldn't fear me like I don't fear anybody else. But the fact is he's scared of challenge. You see these other guys, you can tell he don't have to train that well. He trained hard against DC, and every time he trained hard, that's when he have a relapse and does one of his drug episodes or get caught doing steroids or gets in trouble. There's people out there in the world when you got to face those challenges, when you got to hunker down and get serious, it's a lot of pressure, and you usually crack. Pressure breaks pipes or pressure make diamonds. I'm the type of person, you pressure me, I'm going to shine. He seems to be the kind, like I said, I got this new way in me. I don't talk about or like belittle anybody, but it seems like not even in a disrespectful way. But if you look in his past, it seemed like every time he had a challenge coming, that's when it was hard for him to stay the course. That's when he was his own worst enemy, as they say. And that's all I meant by when I said he's scared to fight me. He's scared to have to hunker down and go through that challenge. You know, I heard rumors in one of these fight camps he had coming up that he had to have a babysitter or some shit, and they put him out on like a place outside in the desert to keep him from getting in trouble. You know, like whether I know it's true or not, but that's why if it's that bad, is you got to have like a adult babysitter. You know, when challenges get to you, it's a tough. You know, not everybody can handle challenges the right way. You know, I grew up pretty. My mindset's always been set on one thing. I've always been focused. If I want something, I set my mind, I'm gonna get it. Since I was a kid, it's been that way. I said I wanted a motorcycle at 16, got it. I want to have a family. This by 30, I had it. Everything I got planned in my mind, I'm gonna get it. And the next thing is to get that UFC belt. And I've never let myself down. I'm gonna get it. Either way, I gotta push. I gotta get there. And that's just my mindset. So if it caused me to be a bigger challenge for anybody, or they see me grinding and it make people scared, like, dang, this guy's really working hard. I want that. I want that pressure on them. I want them to feel me breathing down their neck when they sleep and know Corey is coming.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
I think you should have got that goddamn championship fight after you friggin' knocked out friggin' what's his name? Walker.
Yeah, I mean, technically it should have happened. Anybody else would have got it, but I was at that point where I had took that whole year. There was a lot of contract disputes and fight disputes with the UFC. And then even that whole week of the fight with Johnny Walker, I was pretty vocal saying, F the UFC, I'm about to go out there and I'm going to show them. And this is this. If they don't give me a fight and keep trying to dog me out, let me go. If they're not giving my worth, let me go. And pretty much, I feel like after I went out there and showed them F you, that was their way of saying, all right, F you now. You want to do all that? You did what you're supposed to, but you ran your mouth too much. So guess what? Now you got to do another one. And it happens, you know, but at the same time, I'm not going to deter. I'm not going to tuck my tail and run. I'm just going to keep stepping up to the plate and doing what I got to do.
That's right. Good mentality.
Nice.
Talking about right there.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Mr. Anderson dropping that insight. So once again, appreciate you rocking with us, man. I know you got a busy schedule, so we're going to let you skedaddle up out of here. Anytime you want to drop on, man, just holler at work or just holler at one of us, man. Welcome anytime, my brother.
Yeah, thanks again for coming, Corey. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks for inviting me, man. It was fun. You guys got a nice little platform going here. I like that. Kind of set up little bed knives and just talk about fights, fight breakdowns. It's pretty much what I do on a day-to-day basis anyways with my wife, both of us being fighters. So to get on here and do it with other people and give these other fans insight, and I can see some of the fans' comments and things they saying, it's cool to hear from other people other than in my own home. So again, thank you guys for having me on. And I definitely would try to get on here again. So if you guys ever got a fight card or big card you want me to get on and get some insight, just hit me up. Joey or me. You both got my number.
Awesome. Thanks again, bro. Appreciate it really much.
Yeah,
Good. Appreciate it. Bottom line.
Once again, the number 4 light heavyweight in the world, Corey Overtime Anderson. Appreciate you, brother.
Peace.
Peace.
What a guy, man. What an awesome guy.
Yep.
Hey, dude's just he's just one of us. He's just one of the dudes.
Just real. That's what I like.
Yep.
Fucking real, bro. Just real. Straight up.
Yeah, guys. Hey, y'all go find Corey on social media. He didn't want to plug any of his stuff. Go follow him. Show him some love. Real cool guy to take time out just for some regular dudes to come on and break down some fights. So that was awesome. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of him. He seemed like he had an all right time. So appreciate people in the chat throwing them good positive vibes. And we'll let Nikki. Hey, Nikki, you want to go ahead and go through the chat, pick some little questions right now for y'all to go over, or you just want to keep rolling through the card? I know you're the chat master. You know what I'm saying?
Got anything in the chat here? Give Corey Corey would maul Rakic. Would maul Alexander Rakic, in my opinion. He's not Rakic's not on that level yet. That being said, I had another question for him too. Jan and Corey fought twice, correct?
Yes.
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 Why would they do 3?
I told him never to take that fight.
Huh?
I told him never to take that fight.
You know, it's probably a good idea because he whooped him the first time. The second time was
I said, why are you fighting this guy again? You already been there. You've done that. Why are you giving this guy a second chance? You give him a second chance and you get the belt. Then he gets a second chance.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
They should have freaking gave him that belt shot right afterwards. The social media was perfect. They were going back and forth, the whole nine, and it is the worst matchup for John Jones. Someone that can strike and take you down. You know what I mean?
John Jones, I feel like John Jones is going to walk, and we're going to have a big shakeup in the division here.
That's what my question was.
I don't like 135.
Actually leaving. That's what my question was. Next question was to Corey. Damn it.
Yeah, no, I had questions. I just could have just kept firing, but I ain't trying to be that dude. You know what I mean? Hit him with a couple. You know what I'm saying? Say appreciate it, my brother, and you're welcome back. You know what I'm saying? But we'll go ahead and get on with the card.
Guys, that'd be fun. Hey.
Yeah. Next up, we got Merab Dvalishvili versus Gustavo Lopez. I'm just gonna be honest, guys. I haven't watched any tape on Lopez. Probably catch a little bit in the morning. Mr. Work, you got some stats on this, bro?
I do. So we got Gustavo Lopez, 11-4 overall. He's 30 years old, 5'5", and a 67-inch reach. This is his first UFC fight. 3-2 his last 5. One of his last 5 to decision. His 11 wins, 5 by KO, 5 by submission, 1 by decision. And again, he took this fight on 2 days' notice. Then we got Merab Dvalishvili, 10-4 overall, 3-2 in the UFC, 3-2 in his last 5. 29 years old. He has a 2-inch height advantage and a 5-inch reach advantage. He's on a 3-fight win streak, all by decision. His 10 wins, 2 by KO, 1 by sub, and 7 by decision. I'm not crazy. I know Merab trains with Aljo and everybody in Long Island, but I'm not really crazy about him. At this line here, we're getting – I don't really know much about Gustavo Lopez, but he's about plus 650 action. Merab minus 850. So it's dog or pass here. I'm not betting minus 850 on. I would never tell you to do that, and I would never do it myself on Merab. And I honestly don't think he's that good of a fighter to be even that crazy amount of odds. He can prove me wrong, go out there and knock this guy out or beat him in the first round. But I think this will be somewhat of a battle. I do think Merab probably wins this fight, but I am not touching that at that number.
Yep.
Nicky, what you thinking about it, bro?
I mean, he nailed it. But I think Merab actually submits him. I watched this guy. He's more of a striker, if anything. And Merab's going to just piss through him and take him down and probably snatch on some sort of choke. I don't see him just sitting in his guard all day long.
Is Merab going to break a takedown record this fight? Is my man going to spam takedowns?
No, because he's going to – once he takes him down, I don't see that kid getting back up. So I don't – you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
So that being said, I mean, I do think he's not going to just try to sit in his guard. I do think he's going to pass, and then I believe he maybe some sort of side choke, or he mounts him. The guy gets him his back, and he just sinks in something. What is by submission? Is that even worth it?
Nah.
No, Jesus Lord, man.
Merab spent majority of his pro career in that Rare Combat that I was telling you guys about. He fought for Ring of Combat, which is a great organization. No easy fights. But he's like the Sarah Longo next little prodigy that they're working on. But I've seen him fight, obviously, tons of times because I've been at almost every Ring of Combat fight. But he's just a grinder. Like, there's nothing that's great about him. He's just like a grinder. Like, he just puts his head down and just, grinds you out, whether it's on the ground, on the feet. He's just,
Maddie, do you think he won that Stone fight? Do you think he tapped? Or he didn't tap, but do you think that he was out? Do you remember?
I don't know. That was close. I remember that.
Right?
Yeah,
he called a technical submission 5 minutes. It wasn't 4:59, 5 minutes. So after the bell rang, they decided Merab tapped. He didn't tap or that he was out. You know what I mean?
That was weird.
Right? It was weird.
Yep. Very weird. But I mean, I don't know. I would never bet the dog on this. I would never touch Merab at whatever he's at, minus 700 or 850. This is kind of like go to the bathroom break and maybe hope it ends early, so you don't gotta watch this guy just grind him out on the ground for 3 rounds.
Yeah, you might be right. There's no angle at this. There's no by decision, sub, or what is TKO for Merab?
The problem is why I don't like this fight is because Merab is, like I said, he's not great at anything. He's not a submission.
He's great wrestler. That's it.
Yeah, he's got good wrestling, but it doesn't lead to a submission. It doesn't lead to anything. It just leads to him just being on the ground, grinding you out, you know?
Wow. You can get Merab by TKO at almost plus 400. Wait, submission is plus 490. I'm jumping on that.
Yeah, he's got one sub.
I know, but this kid, I believe he's going to take this kid down at will and do what he wants from him. I mean, I'll shekel that. Almost plus 500 odds. I'll put a $10
couple shekels.
$10 bill to win a $50 bill. Why not?
Why not? Why not? All right, so that's the breakdown on that. So we're going to take a little pause in the calls and ask you to do a couple things. So tonight was supposed to be strictly live on Odds HQ. Somebody put a 9, it became a 7. Somebody didn't cry. I don't know what happened, but somehow we're rolling on all of them right now. So guys, just so you know, more than likely, this is going to be the last simulcast, the last one that it's on multiple platforms. So this is a freebie tonight because it wasn't supposed to be this. So if you could, to make sure, you saw what odds.com just brought you. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be bringing you content like that way more often. So you need to make sure you're subscribed. You need to make sure you hit that bell notification because on Fridays, us three, Matty Money, if he wants to start jumping in, whoever, you never know who's going to drop in. You just heard Mr. Anderson say he's going to be back. So you don't want to miss a broadcast. He dropped that insight. Odds HQ, guys. So we got 54 people watching right now between mine, Nick, and Odds channel. Anybody on my channel, anybody on Nick's channel, if you could, slide over to Odds HQ. Let's migrate over there. Let's help them out. They're helping us out, dropping all this great content. Hey, they got Jimmy the Bag over there. They got Clint from the Die Hard MMA podcast. They got the newest member, Joey, working the building. They got the Nick and Mo show. Hey, you never know what they're going to get.
Matty Money coming to you soon.
Got that back. Hey, you never know.
I'm a sleeper.
Hey, you might get the Matty Money show. You never know. So you got to make sure you hit that bell notification. You see it on screen. People are going to type it up. Odds HQ. Boom, boom, boom. You know what? It's going to autocorrect it. If you ain't never typed it in, it's going to autocorrect it. It's going to put a space in between odds and HQ. You don't want that. Take that space out. Odds HQ. If you can't find it, Odds HQ. Hit that bell notification. One last time, if you could, slide over. If you're on my channel or Nick's channel, slide over. Odds HQ. Let's support them. Let's spam those like buttons. So, wham, bam, back to the fights.
That's ODDS HQ, all one word, on YouTube.
Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. We got Julia Avila versus Gina Mazzani. I'm pretty sure Gina Mazzani is 4 ounces favorite fighter.
Yes. That's my play of the day. Got her at Inside the Distance.
Boo thing, isn't it?
Huh? Well, no, we broke up.
Your boo thing.
No, we broke up.
Okay, my bad.
It was only like a 3
I
week.
forgot you and
Yeah.
Who's your boo thing now?
Whoever with the next girl on the next card.
Well, yes, of course, but
go.
Mackenzie Dern. That's my girl. And then what's her name? The old I'm not gonna get into it. Anyways,
you're telling lies now. Joey Work, you got some stats you could drop for me, brother?
I do. Julia Villa, 7-1. She's 32 years old, 5'7", and has a 69-inch reach. She's 1-0 in the UFC, 4-1 last 5. One of her last 5 to decision. Her 7 wins, 3 by knockout, 1 by submission, and 3 by decision. And we got Gina. She's 6-3 overall, 31, 5'6", and has a 68.5-inch reach. So Julia has a 1-inch height advantage, half-inch reach advantage. She's 2-3 in her last 5 and in the UFC. 2 of her last 5 to decision. Her 6 wins, 3 by knockout, 1 by sub, 2 by decision. I mean, here, another heavy odds where we got Julia's minus almost 600 in places, 525, 550 in places. It's either Julia or pass, but at that odds, I cannot take it. Nick, what is inside the distance on Julia?
I believe now it's like 180. I got her at minus 120. Let me just double check. It might be 160. Hold on one moment.
She might be a parlay piece for me, possibly, but I'm not weighing 600. I'm not touching that line.
Can't do that. I hear you on that one. Right now, the Avila inside the distance is by KO is plus 140, but I wouldn't take that because I think she submits her. But inside is wow. It went down a little bit. It was at 160 minus 145. I got it at minus 125. That's playable.
That is actually not terrible.
Not at all. Yeah, it's my best bet for the prelim card is inside the distance for Avila.
Nice. Matty Money, what you thinking about this, bro?
I like Avila on this fight, but I would never lay the minus 600 on it. No way.
Would you take it inside the distance or no?
I do like her inside the distance. I think I was looking at the line for her to finish the fight by submission or TKO. I think it was at minus 140.
You know what? Submission. Is it even more? You know what? I like that look. I might even do both. Like friggin' load up on inside the distance, and then by submission you can get it at.
I don't know. Like even at like the only reason why I didn't love it is even at like a minus 140. Like I don't know. It doesn't feel that enticing to me.
Mazzani by submission is plus 2,200. That's just hilarious. That's the bookmakers knowing who's going to win this. By submission is plus 350, Matty.
Oof. I don't love it.
I thought it would have been less, but yeah, I hear you. Inside is a play.
These girl fights haven't been that the past couple fights, man. They haven't been great fights, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. I freaking hear you. Mazzani though, one thing she's coming for, it's a paycheck. She was cut by the UFC last year, and as Clint said in our breakdown, or I think it was actually the fight analyst said, she didn't even know she was cut for like 2 or 3 months. She didn't even know. How serious in your career are you to not know that you've been cut by the UFC? You know what I mean? So obviously she's only coming back because right now she obviously got in shape and they need fighters, and bam, wham, bam, thank you. It's Avila. I mean, if you want to take your 100 and your minus 140 and your minus 150 straight pick and parlay Avila to bring you to like plus odds, I don't even blame anybody for that. I don't think Mazzani has a freaking shekel of a chance in this fight. So,
yeah.
Not a shekel, eh? You counted her completely out.
Yeah.
Well, all righty. Oh, all right. Let's go on to this next one right here, fellas. We moving right along now.
Hey, take off Dempsey's little thingy.
Oh, boom. You're welcome. Boom. Here's your freebie for the night.
He's this kid's a funny kid. Anyways, go ahead.
Let's see who we on. We on Tyson Nam. And hey, gonna have to shoot it to you on this one, brother. Pronunciation's not my forte. Mr. Work, you got some stats on this one?
Yep, Tyson Nam versus Zarek Adashev.
Boom.
Tyson Nam's 18-11-1, 36 years old, 5'7", 68-inch reach, 0-2 in the UFC, 2-3 in his last 5. His 2 losses were to Kai France and Sergio Pettis. He also lost to Marlon Moraes in the World Series of Fighting a while back. 4 of his last 5 are to decision. His 18 wins, 10 by knockout, 1 by submission, 7 by decision. Then Zarek Adashev is 3-1 in the UFC. He's 27 years old, 5'5", and has a 64.5-inch reach. This is his first UFC fight. He's previously at Bellator, and he's 3-0 in Bellator. And he's also Glory Kickboxer, 16-3 as a kickboxer. His 3 wins are 2 by knockout and 1 by decision. Here, Tyson Nam is nothing impressive to me. You know, he's a journeyman. He's had a lot of fights. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. I would think if he loses this fight, he's probably canned from the UFC. So this does mean a lot to him, but I'm going to take Zarek Adashev at plus 115-ish, plus 117.
Okay. Nikki, what you think about it?
Your boy got him at plus 170. And
Wow.
that's what he opened up at as plus 175. I wish I would have
Wow.
plus 170. He's down to plus 117, which means obviously we know what's going in. Money's coming in on Zaruk for a reason. Okay. Nam is outdated. He's almost 37 years old, and I'm almost 37 myself. I'm 36. I'm not a UFC fighter, though. Zaruk, like you said, glory kickboxer. Nam is not known or does not like to take the fight to the mat, so it's going to be a stand-up war. The tape I saw on Zaruk, he hits hard. He really does. He hits hard. Great combinations. I've seen him take top control and out wrestle and out grapple somebody that's a submission expert, a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, it was on the Bellator scene. It was a prelim fight, whatever, but he still did it to somebody that's what they've been doing for years. And Nam isn't known for trying to take somebody down and take it to the mat. I mean, look at all the money that came in on him. It shows that people have watched the tape. You know what I mean? Either that or the casuals will jump on him. But I got him at plus 170 for a quarter unit. So, yep, I like Zaruk.
Uh-oh, Matty Money shaking that head.
No way,
What
boy.
you thinking about it, bro?
I am on Nam so hard on this fight. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't even see how you guys are breaking this down. What are we doing here, boys?
Hey, I hate to do it to you, Matty. I hate to do it to you. Got to bring you up on full screen, bro. Break it down.
Look at this guy's record that he's fighting. Has anyone done any research on this guy's record? This guy went to a decision to a person that's 0-4. Come on, guys. Come on.
That was right out of glory.
He had one fight. He had one fight, and he lost. Come on. Come on, guys. I mean, okay, Nam's a journeyman. Nam had fight, but Nam is the vet. This guy's got 30 fights. He went 3 rounds with Sergio Pettis 2 fights ago. Come on. What? At minus 125, I will ride Nam all the way on this. Come on. Why? This is not a minus 125 fight. This is a Nam minus 300 fight. This is what this is.
Oh, dropping facts on y'all. I know you got a rebuttal. I know you do.
Oh, me?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Jackson Nam throws a 1-2 and that's it. And the 2 is powerful. So, but I've seen the 1-2 from Zaruk, and he's a glory kickboxer. Okay, 16-3, I believe. Matty, you said right, Joey? Right.
Yep.
Right. That's a striking expert right there. Nam's not taking this to the ground whatsoever. If he tries to, I've seen what his grappling defense is. It's great. I've seen him reverse some underhooks, put the other grappler. I don't care what that guy was. He wasn't the guy that was 0-4. He was actually at that point 2-0. That he took his first L. So, and that was in Bellator, which is the second best organization other than PFL. You can argue that, but man, at my odds that I got him at plus 170, that's complete value. Bottom line. Now, I wouldn't take it at plus 117. I don't think. You know what I mean? Maybe I would take Zaruk by knockout, but plus 170, that's value all day against Tyson Nam, who's about to get cut by the UFC. Win, lose, or draw, probably. You know what I mean? So, that's where I'm at.
Work. Yeah, you gonna pick a side? Did he sway you? You still on your boy Zaruk, or what you thinking?
Yeah, I'm still leaning Zaruk, but nothing official yet.
All right.
Definitely need to watch some tape of him.
Nice.
Who said that Chad Zaruk striking is horrible? That's glory kickboxer, 16-3. That's all I got to say.
All right, first fight on the card, gentlemen. First fight on the card. We got Anthony Ivy. Boy, can y'all imagine having this name, though? Christian Aguilera. How many times you think dude got the genie in the bottle joke? You know we got that Christina Aguilera joke constantly.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, hey, you got some stats on this, Mr. Work?
Yep, Anthony Ivy. He's 8-2 overall. 30 years old, 6'2", 74-inch reach. This is his first UFC fight. He was signed when Ian Heinish's cornerman tested positive last week. Then he retested him. He tested negative, so he's back in, but he was already signed, so they threw him on this card. He's 5-0 his last 5. All 10 of his pro fights have stopped before the final bell. His 8 wins are 5 by KO and 3 by submission. Then we got Christina Aguilera, 13-6 overall. He's 28 years old, 5'9", and 71-inch reach, so Ivy has a 3-inch height advantage, looked more during the weigh-ins, and a 3-inch reach advantage. This is his first UFC fight as well. He's 3-2 in his last 5. His 13 wins, 9 by KO, 1 by submission, and 3 by decision. I think these two are going to stand up and throw. I'm going to take Anthony Ivy within the distance here. What odds can you give me on that, Nikki?
Right, inside the distance you said, or by decision?
No, inside the distance.
Anthony Ivy is exactly against Christian.
Ivy wins inside the distance minus 105.
Love it. There you go. Minus 105.
Wham, bam.
It wouldn't be a bad look to also do maybe under 2.5 in this, but I think the line is crazy a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think this fight goes the distance as well. I don't. I mean,
yeah, fight goes distance minus 245. Yeah, see that's
Lord.
Over 2.5 minus 200. You know, that's still a little too much juice for me, but
yeah. I'm liking.
Nick, what you think about it, Nick?
I'm liking. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Come, knock me out. No, really. I do like Aguilera a little bit here, or how you pronounce his name. I mean, Ivy, every time he starts getting shelled off on or starts getting, teed off on, he shells up. And that's the one thing I don't like about him. He's the bigger guy here, much bigger, after watching the weigh-ins. I'm not betting him, but I like Aguilera. I keep saying Christina Aguilera. Aguilera to win this fight.
In a bottle, baby.
Come, let me out. But, yeah, I'm going to take him to get the W, but I am not betting this fight. I mean – I'm a degenerate bettor. I do like to place a couple shekels, but I'm not sure I would here. Maybe I'll put like a $5 bill on Aguilera, but that's about it, just to have some skin in the game. I don't like the odds. Minus 175 to plus 165. It should be closer. What did it open at? It opened at exactly. Okay, it's basically it actually got more money came on Aguilera. It was plus 170 for open, minus 230. So a little bit of money came on Aguilera.
Nice. Matty Money, what you thinking about it, bro?
I got nothing. This is a fight that I'm just gonna make sure that my stream's running good, my TV's running good, so I can watch the damn fight.
That's that pure domination, huh?
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, look, stink like my singing. All right, cool.
Hey, it's all right, bro. Hey, different strokes, different folks. You know what I'm saying? Hey, was Aguilera the LFA champ? Somebody's asking.
Yes, that's one thing I looked up. I know for a fact he was in the LFA. Maybe he wasn't champ, but I have to double check that. But he fought in Legacy, and most likely he was the champ if they're bringing him in. I mean, nice. You guys got Google, check it out.
All right, guys. Hey, we 1 hour 16 minutes in. I think we made pretty good timing on this breakdown. Hey, Mr. Matty Money, we'll start with you. Anything you want to promote, plug, anything before you jet out, my brother?
No, not really. I gotta make a Twitter. I'm like a guy that's under the radar here, you know.
Make it, bro.
I'm gonna get on this week. I'm gonna get on Twitter, and when I come back on, I'm gonna plug it next week,
brother. We're gonna get you some followers
tomorrow for you.
Join the squad. And yeah, no, man, appreciate you coming on. I know everybody else does too. And man, you're welcome on anytime. You know, we do shows all week, basically. You know what I'm saying? You know, we were thinking about maybe, I don't know if y'all play DraftKings or not. We were maybe thinking about coming up with a little DraftKings style video. We do a play-by-play through the whole fights. You know, all those 6 hours talking live bets and stuff on like on actual fight day. So, you know, anybody that comes in, they ain't got to come stay the whole 6 hours. If y'all want to come drop in 5, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, y'all just holler at me. Hey, when you make that Twitter, it'll be a lot easier, man. Just holler at me. I'll post you a link and you just pop right in.
Yep.
So,
love that. Both of you.
Mr. Joey Wart, appreciate you dropping in, doing your thing as normal. Anything you unplug before we bounce, bro?
Absolutely. Follow me on Twitter at Joey Work, WERK. And, you know, keep following us on odds.com, OddsHQ. You know, every week we're gonna plan on trying to have a special guest every week. I'm in the works of getting somebody else for next Friday. So, hey, keep following, subscribe, and like this, guys.
Nice. Hey, Joey, shh. We're not going to tell who it is. Tell them who it is. You got to stay tuned. Hey, guys, hey, and we ain't bringing none of that. Hey, y'all going to be like, what? Just like y'all when y'all tuned in tonight and you were like,
Corey Anderson?
That's what we're bringing here. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel, Odds HQ. Hey, right there, the man with the master plan. Hey, virtual fist bump, bro. Huh?
Other way.
Hey, other way, bro. Hey, other side. There you go. Bam, boom. I pushed myself in the face. We don't know what we're doing here. Nikki Hellbows. Let them know where they can find you and let them know what else they need to do.
Listen, you need to subscribe to ODDSHQ, all one word, Odds HQ. Please, that's all we ask. You know what I mean? We're all having fun here, breaking it down. That's what this is all about. It's not about us making money off this stream, because it's not. It's about us having fun and just shooting the shit with you guys, having fighters on, and at the end of the day, cashing those tickets Saturday effing night. So let's.
That's the main thing. The main thing is we want to drop you those props, those gems that you can go cash those tickets, make that money. That's what we're about here. And with that, we like to bring you a little entertainment too. You know what I'm saying? We're not the old stale, let's sit here and talk some fights. We like to spice it up a little bit. So for your boy, hey, if you don't know me, my name's Mo Scream TV. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm going to be doing a lot of my videos on Odds HQ exclusively to Odds HQ. So you have to make sure you're subscribed. I know you're like, dang, bro, I know you didn't say it 50 times, but I'm about to say it 51. Make sure you're subscribed. Odds HQ, no space in between. Also, guys, I think we maxed out 60-something tonight. So kudos to the chat. Y'all showed up, showed out. Make sure you spam those like buttons. That's how YouTube knows that you enjoy what we're doing here. We're trying to make moves, make waves. So for Boston Nick over there, for Matty Money down there, for Mr. Work, the mad scientist genius, for Odds HQ, for odds.com, until tomorrow, because we'll be here tomorrow too, exclusively right here. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.